Is there any way I can get like an official mug? All right, so what's next? Hey, awesome. Awesome. All right, now let's get these suckers open. Okay, so let's look at this one here first. Now, you might recognize this one from a certain movie series.
What film is he talking about?
The Toyota Hilux SR5, 1985 vintage, this one. And you can see, just looking at the box really quick, this is showing the brushed and the brushless versions, and you get all the specs there if you want. And there's details here of the chassis features. So let's pop it open. So first thing on top is the manual bag with some little bits inside. We'll get to these in a minute, but first, let's take these little bits of foam out and get out the beast itself. Oh, look at that. Let's peel that off. Woo, that is awesome looking. How sweet does that look? Straight out of the movies.
Look at the time!
Now the first thing we have to point out is, I mean, it's 1/18 scale, so it's really small. You can drive it literally anywhere. Your front yard, your backyard, your garage, inside, in your office, in your living room, in your front room, wherever you like. Look at that. It's so cool. So yeah, like I said, just chilling and driving in the comfort of your own home. But even though it's small, it's packed full of features. So let's look at the chassis itself. So we're going to turn it over, and this little thing here is what we call the turning thing, and that lets you unlock the body from the chassis. You see it just tips right back. Super easy access. So starting from the front, we've got a water-resistant steering servo up here on top of the front differential. This is the brushed version, and both versions come with a 600 milliamp 7.4 volt LiPo battery. And the second servo here is for the high speed, low speed actuation on the metal gear transmission. The brush version comes with a brushed speedo, and that has an included light module built into it. And you can see that there's empty sockets there. That's for adding in lights for the roll bars. Very, very cool. See, there's oil-filled shocks here, and threaded bodies, so you can change the ride height very, very easily. And you can see all of the wires going in and out of the body. Those are for the lights. And like I said, full set of lights. You got low beam, high beam, flashing lights, so you drive around with your hazards on, and even turn signals if you really want to do that. So now, if we turn it over, we can have a good look at the underside and all of the suspension action that's happening here. We've got solid axles, front and rear, and there's double triangulated 4-link suspension linkage, front and rear as well. You got counter-rotating shafts. You can see there, the front and the rear drive shafts going down the middle spin in opposite directions. That helps control torque twists on the chassis. Very, very cool. Metal spool differentials. So these are locked differentials, front and rear. So as you can see, with all of these features, even though the Venture18 is quite small, it'll drive great on all terrain. Out there in the wilderness, soaking up those rocks. But there's two different versions. There's a brushless and a brush versions, and also a red and black. So let's see what the red one looks like. Yeah, the bag with the manual. Don't need that. Oh, yeah, sorry. Always read the manual. We'll get to that in a couple minutes. So here is the red one. Again, peeling that back. So let's undo the little turny thing and open it up and just have a quick look at what the brushless version looks like. So here is the chassis for the brushless version. You can see the main difference here is, there's a few, but the main one is that it's got an Outrunner 3450 kV brushless motor. And you can see it's an Outrunner because it's got this this case here. I don't know why it's called an Outrunner really, but you know, that's what we call it in the, you know, RC pros. The other thing is got a separate light module here, and that's the receiver. And it actually has an uprated steering servo as well. And this is the speed controller here, and the light switch, or the switch for that, is in the back here. Otherwise, everything's the same. Metal gears, water-resistant steering servo, obviously all the suspension, oil-filled shocks, all of that is the same. So as you can see, externally, the main difference between obviously the red and the black versions is that the black one, just like the one in the movies,
Just get on with it!
has got these yellow fog lights up top and the driving lights out front. Now what's cool is the other extra attention to detail parts of these trucks. You can see there's double tube front bumpers with the little brush guard on the front. You can see the Toyota emblem on the front. Remember, this is an officially licensed replica. Windscreen wipers and mirrors here, actual functioning mirrors as well. There's little mirror bits inside. Double rollover hoop at the going over the cab, and at the back we've got double tube style rear bumpers as well, and there's that cool little SR5 logo on the back of the tailgate. Now the tires, look at those. They're just absolutely perfect mini micro replicas of the HPI Rockthorn tires, and very, very super sticky. These are absolutely perform super well off-road. And if we look at the wheels themselves, shiny chrome, and look at that cool replica locking nut design for that four-wheel drive, old school four-wheel drive feel. Okay, so like we said, we're going to look at the manual. This is the manual bag that comes with both of the kits. This is the brushed version, and this is the brushless version. Remember, there's two different versions of the Venture 18. So let's get them out of the bags, and we'll see what's in each. Go! Hey, it worked. Seamless. Perfect. All right, so this is what you get in each of the, well, it's like the accessories bags. So first of all, let's look at this one here. We've got the My HPI information. So this is where you can register your Venture 18 for on your My HPI garage. So that's a good program. Make sure and do that. And there's how you get in touch with HPI should you need to. There's all the socials and other information in your various languages. Warranty information in more languages. Again, important stuff. This is for the body set of for the Toyota Hilux SR5 1985. So you can see all the part numbers for black and red, all the little plastic bits that come with the body. So there's the lights, the tube bumpers, the roll bars, all that stuff, all the part numbers. So that's for the body set. Also here we've got a little thumb thing, which we'll get to in a few. There's a cross wrench. So this is for undoing the black nuts that cover up the actual steel wheel nuts, and use this end for the steel wheel nuts, and the other parts can be used on other RC cars. So always handy, don't lose that. We've also got the Venture 18 manual. So this is a complete manual for the chassis itself. Again, it's in all the major languages. There's information here on how to get ready, how to set the speed controller, drag brake, all that stuff on the radio set. My favorite part is the very loud beep that you need to look out for. Troubleshooting information, how to swap the wheels. There's the hex nuts I was talking about. And so again, don't lose this, keep it handy. There's all the important parts that you're going to need just in case you have to do any rebuilding. So make sure, don't lose that. Now, if you've got the brushless version, we can't forget about this. This is your programming card, basically, for the brushless speed controller. And it comes with a full page of instructions. It's pretty easy. Down, set, and up, 3 buttons. You plug it in, and you're off and running. So here's the instruction sheet for the programming card for the brushless speed controller. Pretty easy to do. pretty straightforward. And then we come to the USB charger for the LiPo battery. This is very, very handy. So very easy. You just plug the white plug into this and plug this into any USB-A jack that you can find. And a little red light will start flashing, telling you it's charging. And it's all good. So the great thing about this is that you can be anywhere and charge up your battery. Whereas, you know, coffee shop, library, USB battery bank, even maybe off of, you know, out of your car. So very handy, especially if you're driving in the city. So yeah, it's just you and your Venture18. Streets ahead, man about town, brimming with Riz, flashing the signs. But anyway, let's talk about the transmitter. So this is the brand new 2.4 gigahertz 6-channel radio for the Venture18. 6 channels, so you got 1 for the steering, 2 for the throttle and brake, 3 for the lights, and there's a bunch of different options on the lights. It's all covered in the manual. This switch here is for the high and low speed. And if we open up this here, there's all your settings for trim, dual rate, servo reversing, and a lot more. But my favorite thing is this, and this is the thumb thing. Now, the thumb thing, I've put one on this right here. The thumb thing is really cool because it means you can drive with your one hand while you're doing thumping out with your other hand. See? Thumb thing. Thumb thing. Now let's talk about the lights. Now the Venture18 is fitted with a full set of lights that let you turn on low beam, turn signals, high beam, hazard lights, and even brake lights. Now all these lights look absolutely awesome when you're driving at night. And of course, when you're out there driving at night, remember, be safe.